Well, my name is Shunaji. I am a producer, a rapper, a singer, and my live set is just going to be me playing some beats on my SP404 and singing with in-ear monitors. I feel like, for me, Windmill Brixton is quite an intimate venue, and there's a lot of good connection and energy that usually happens between the crowd and the performers. So I think as my first gig here, what I would like is to create that connection and just feed off like all the energy of everyone who's here, and yeah, perform some songs, see what the crowd reaction is. Like, I feel like I'm still kind of getting back into the flow of live gigs, and so it's gonna be interesting. I think like during the pandemic, it was just a question of scarcity, and I feel like the music industry in general can be quite competitive, and there can be a sense of scarcity in terms of programming already, just when looking at like gender balances, festival programming. And so, especially for emerging artists, I think it's been a challenging time to be able to like stay on the radar, to release music and also have like equal gig opportunities. But at the same time, there's also a lot of interest and drive to like get back into venues, so people really want to see live music. So in a way that kind of compensates for the lack of opportunity that we've experienced. It's just like, yeah, everything's open, just cram them in. Just do all the gigs now. So yeah, I think it's, you win some, you lose some.
The stronger the curse, the higher the burst. A ghost rider's off the host most. Then I'm only proving hoaxes, consciousness and jokes that make me ever so clever. I never sat with the heavens, cause I'm a nerd with self-worth. A bird of a feather, the outcast and Hemingway. I guess I'm a Hemingway.
There's definitely been a lot of support in terms of like venues having like cultural recovery funds and like emergency contingency funding from like PRS, Arts Council, help musicians. Like, they've really supported, at least in the UK, I think, especially independent venues and independent artists, and like keep going. And I think that's really like what is driving the like sort of live gig renaissance. But at the same time, a lot of independent venues have really struggled financially. So I've seen a lot of fundraisers, and it's really like audience to venue, audience to artist support. And I think that's sort of what is helping us, as always, really. Yeah, I think it's an interesting model of like ownership, where the community also has like a vested interest in the space, as opposed to just like a private owner or a certain amount of people trying to like keep it all alive. So it's interesting. I think a lot of sort of shared and collective efforts are gonna be born out of like the pandemic, and knowing that everything can be quite fragile and like in the economy. So we'll see. I really love the Jazz Cafe. It has a lot of amazing memories there, meaningful moments. Well, my first gig there was supporting Bahamadia, and that was really, really cool. She's, a great rapper and someone that has influenced hip hop so much in so many different ways. So to be invited to support her was great. Also met a special person in my life there, and yeah, that was really like so casual and like incidental. So it's just like a nice place to meet people. I think you meet a lot of like-minded people at the Jazz Cafe, and it hosts so much varied music as well that I think it's really, really special place. And Moth Club, I love Moth Club. I think it looks so, it's just like my energy. I'm like, yes, this looks great.
I'm so frozen, my emotions are dead. A human on the surface with an alien in her head. Let's make a nation instead and call it Planet X. X, where's my check? I'm High Street, next to nothing that you've ever seen in the scene. So you won't find me stressing like I need the validation and keepers in the game. The institution is comparatively the same as decades of pyramids and slaves, and I can't explain the life of MJ.
So I'm performing at Theatre Peckham, but that's tomorrow. It's pending, so maybe it's not as relevant to this video. I'm also performing in November at Folklore in Hackney, and that's going to be Peng Fam Jam, which is a new jam that some of my friends are organizing, and they invited me like as a special guest to be part of the house band for that episode. So that's going to be really exciting, and I don't have much planned for the end of the year. I'm just recording, but I was invited to perform Eurosonic in January, so we're going to the Netherlands, which is really exciting. And yeah, I've got plans to see Levitation Orchestra, I think in November. So that's going to be quite cool. And I would like to see more Electric Jalaba gigs. I've been to quite a few of their gigs. They're really great and they're doing like quite a big tour. I would like to see more the band as well. And I just have like, different friends that are performing, like Bienvenue, who I featured on his like new EP that he's going to be releasing. He's planning a like release party with, you know, people like Plum and different artists, like independent artists from Southeast London. So I hope I can go to that one. And yeah, I'm also gonna go see Red Hot Chili Peppers in June next year. So I'm like, oh my God, like I'm like my teenage self is just like, what? I'm so excited.